The oil and gas industry is one of the driving forces in the basin, and it's fair to ask, what does the new year have in stock for the industry? Jason Freund was at an oil and gas presentation today that gave some updates about the future of the industry.
Yeah, I'm here right now at the Bush Convention Center for the 2023 State of the Oil and Gas Industry presentation presented by Pioneer Natural Resources, where they project that the oil and gas industry in the Permian Basin to, so far, remain positive. Increase in growth will be hitting the Permian Basin as a whole in 2023, but don't expect oil production to exactly skyrocket.
That we can expect some increase, and then it may start to level off. But I think importantly, what we also heard today is that production, we know the mineral is there. In order to increase production, we need to make some infrastructure investments, and that includes more pipeline and more ways to get the market product.
Even with the slow uptick in growth, keynote speaker Rich Dealey predicts that any growth would be good for the Permian Basin economy.
As you have any areas that are growing is going to be positive for the economics of the Permian Basin. If you look at, rig counts, as I talked about, I expect that to grow from the 330 we're at now to, closer to 400 over time over the next, rest of this decade. Frac fleets are going to be up, service company, labor is going to be up. So all those things bode well from an economic standpoint.
Said economic success can be moved to other areas that could use attention, which is where the Permian Strategic Partnership comes into play. Pioneer and 19 other oil companies invest in various work arenas around the Permian Basin to make the area better to live in.
To put funds in a pool that really can be directed in scale and leveraged with other trusts and funds and foundations out there to really make a difference in education and healthcare, roadways, you name it, are things out here that in order to allow the basin to achieve that 7 million barrels a day of growth by 2030 that we're predicting.
Another sign of good news for the Permian Basin is that demand for natural gas and oil will continue to rise, but this is a good thing for the Permian Basin as this region continues to be a leader in supplying natural gas and oil to not just this country, but to the rest of the world. From Midland, I'm Jason Freund, News West 9.